Guys, look at this! Look at this! Hello one and all, and welcome to Seen Through Glass. Fellow camera nerds will know why this is a very exciting moment. For the last, I think, 3 or 4 years, I've predominantly used one camera to make all the videos on this channel. It's the camera I'm filming with right now, a Panasonic GH5. That camera is the camera I took on Drive the World, and I even used in my adventures in Yorkshire last week. I love it, I adore it, and yes, pretty much all the videos you would have seen on this channel for the last 3 or 4 years were filmed using it. Because of that, it's looking a bit tired and a bit beaten up now, and recently I've been thinking maybe it's finally time to replace it, see what the new tech is like, and try something different. When quite unbelievably, Panasonic got in touch, said, "Hey Sam, we've noticed you've been using a GH5 for quite a long time. Would you think about potentially upgrading it?" And I was like, yes, literally that's the exact thought I've been having. So quite amazingly, they very kindly offered to send me one of their S5 to try out and to see whether it could be a worthy replacement to the camera that I've loved for so long. So here it is. This is literally the S5 with a slightly wider lens. I requested a wide lens because filming in car interiors and things like that, it's always good to have a wide lens. That's also the kit lens there. And I cannot wait to get to grips with this thing. Honestly, I'm so intrigued to see how I'm going to get on because that GH5 has been so amazing. It's going to be hard to replace, but we've got so much more new tech in this bad boy that fingers crossed we're going to see lots of good results and lots of improvements in terms of cinematography. Anyway, this isn't the only exciting thing happening today. We have a very big, exciting adventure ahead of us. So, Twiggy, you ready? You look like you're going to go to sleep. You're looking tired. Wake up, because we've got things to do. Come on. So, today I'm going to be jumping into this quite incredibly spec'd Land Rover Defender 90 and heading down to Brighton to meet up with a friend and fellow YouTuber, Steve Booker. Now, Steve has appeared on this channel a couple of times before, but not for years. I actually haven't seen him for years. And whilst he's always been into cars, I wouldn't necessarily call him a car guy, yet during the latest lockdown we had here in the UK, he sent me a message and said that he decided to buy a Range Rover Classic that he was going to personally restore. And I was like, well, you're a braver man than me. Anyway, apparently this quite insane project is nearly complete, so I thought I'd head down there and find out how my sort of non-car guy friend had got on with restoring a classic Range Rover. Here she is. I mean, I'm guessing it's a she. Steve? Ah!
Hey!
How are you doing?
Good, how are you?
It's been about 3 years.
I know.
Congratulations,
I know.
Look at this thing.
I know. I mean, you would have seen, obviously, when I messaged you going, I bought a Range Rover Classic. It was rotten, pretty much.
It didn't look like this.
No, very different. Very
I'm
different.
loving this colour as well.
Yeah.
This is very Miami vibes.
Do you reckon? Yeah.
You've been cruising in Brighton in a white Range Rover Classic. I love it.
I've got a lot of stick from the colour.
Really?
Lots of people said, no, you can't, they're like, you can't paint it white. I'm like, it's off-white. it's Chamonix white, actually, you know.
I mean, it's mucho drug dealer, but I kind of love it.
It's funny, lots of people have said that as well, but
wow.
Yeah.
I mean, you signed yourself up for quite the project here.
Yeah. First one, never done anything like this before, but the guys have been phenomenal, very good.
Let's meet the guys.
Yeah.
Show me around.
Cool. So, this is John, this is Jazz.
Guys, nice to meet you.
I'm the apprentice mechanic, and these guys have taken me under their wing, and we've been kind of doing the restoration over the last 7.5 weeks, so it's coming in. This is our last week. We've got lots to do in the last week.
How many times have you had to redo the work that he tried to do?
Not at all.
Hey!
I would say that you are a high apprentice mechanic by now.
Yeah! I've even got cuts on my hands to prove it.
The difference from the day one when he came in here, we sort of looked at each other and we said this is going to be long.
Yeah. Like a deer in headlights, I'm sure.
He's got right in it. We leave it alone now.
Yeah. Unbelievable, mate! Congratulations! Because we first met on a Ford Ranger pickup truck test, and I was like, "This guy should not be going anywhere near." So what's left? I mean, I guess mechanicals.
So obviously we're still detailing everything here. We haven't done a full engine out. We've left the engine in just a time. So now we've got a lot of bits that are going off to be vapor blasted. We're just waiting for those to come back. Then it's re-detailing the rest of the engine.
Yeah.
Obviously we're waiting for the
interior
from the trimmers.
Yeah.
These cars, if other people get inspired, Are they actually quite good project cars? How easy are they to work on?
They are easy. I mean, once, obviously, if you know what you're doing, yeah, they're good because everything's chunky and robust. Obviously, the biggest thing to deal with is rusty nuts and bolts, getting them undone. Corrosion is always the big thing, you know.
That's, I mean, even, obviously, I don't really know what I'm talking about, but the thing is getting good donor, isn't it? Like, I think if I was to do this again and other ones that we've been looking at, you know, you spend a bit more on the donor car, so you obviously then it's less labour on the welding and stuff like that, so that helps, doesn't it?
Yeah, luckily this was good enough we didn't have to remove the body.
Yeah.
You know, if they get serious corrosion, you have to take the body off, then there's a whole different ballgame.
I think when Steve first messaged me, he had come on and said, please just make sure that it doesn't disintegrate when you touch it, because that is going to cause you a lot of trouble.
Honestly, when I got it delivered, I was like, what have I done? Like, what have I actually done? Because it was all exciting on eBay and tracking it down and doing all the research, but when it got delivered, I was like, oh, this is real now. I can't just have this sit on my drive. Like, I've got to, you know, find the money to do it and then find these guys and but now we're here.
Unreal. I'm going to take a closer look at this and then we'll chat a little bit more about what's gone onto it.
Yeah.
It's literally the only way to get in this car.
Need side steps.
Apologies everyone for the mask, we're trying to be COVID safe and friendly, so stick with us, hopefully we're not too muffled, but I am so inspired by that project.
Mate, I'm so glad you like it.
I'm just sitting here going, what can I restore?
Yeah, you should. Let's do one.
Also, bravo for actually getting your own hands on. That is a good effort, because I cannot say that I've done the same previously, so I'm mighty impressed.
For me, that's been the most fun part, you know, is I guess gaining the knowledge of like actually all the parts, where they are, you know, so then when you're doing it again, and obviously I've done a lot of the part, well, all of the part ordering, so it's kind of, again, understanding what I need to order and etc, so yeah, it's been...
Did you know what a braided brake line was before this?
No.
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 But what I like is, chatting to you and chatting to those guys, you're doing a really good job and you're putting your own stamp on it and you're making it your own thing, without spending extortionate amount of money, because my viewers will know nowadays with the restoration game you can spend hundreds of thousands of pounds, and especially with the that says no exit.
You're probably all right. You're probably all right.
It's Brighton.
Yeah. It's only because I drive out of here most days.
Everyone goes, oh, there's that idiot leaving the wrong way.
Yeah, exactly.
But it's you've given it personality, you've given it character, you've given it identity, but without turning around and saying, oh yeah, it's actually cost me 200 grand to do it.
Yeah, exactly.
So I think, like, bravo. Do you, like, has it cost you more than you thought initially, or are you actually budget-wise all right?
I think, do you know what it is? Well, we are. We're on budget, definitely. We are, I mean, you're coming to visit, and we are at the end of, coming to the end of week 8, so this was what I allocated time-wise for it. We probably will be a week over. Sure. But I did have a bit of a contingency. You know, it's my first restoration. I did account for that. But in terms of budget, do you want to talk about budget?
Hey, if you want to, totally up to you, dude.
Yeah, so why don't let's exclude labour.
Sure.
Because that's...
well, everywhere's different.
Yeah, it's different, you know. It is about 13 grand.
Including car?
Plus car.
Plus car, which was...
4.5.
So you're under 20.
Yeah. But
obviously
that's not including labour.
Not including labour, fine. But as you say, but like...
Yeah. I think it'll be about 20.
I'm so... encouraged and inspired. I'm doing like, oh my god, I know what I'm doing this summer.
Like that, you're thinking I can have that for 20. Obviously, labour's a different thing. But
sure.
You're like, oh, I could.
Literally, my brain is like.
Yeah.
And the thing is, I know it's got your brain doing that because we're in the car. Yeah. Because we're off to see.
Yeah.
The next.
Basically, this is kind of spurred on a bit of the response I had on the videos and stuff, and response I had on Instagram and everything like that. Everyone's like, is it for sale? How much is it? Are you going to sell them? And I was like, wow, like this has been a bit crazy. And I've just absolutely loved it. And I was saying to you earlier, like it has been the most fun content I've ever done in 10 years of doing this, you know.
So cool.
It's just been brilliant. And so I was kind of chatting with Ben, and you'll meet Ben at the barn. So Ben basically is who I met, who was doing the kind of VW restorations and has done a lot of stuff with vehicles over the last however many years. And we just decided, like, okay, well, why don't we try and put together a product similar to the Range Rover I'm doing, based off of the response that it's had, and see if there's a market for it. You know, so we basically bought another vehicle which we're going to try and use to test, you know, proof of concept.
I love this.
You'll see we're going up to the barn now, so we kind of set up a unit there which Ben already had, so there's lots of his old kind of VWs in there which you'll see.
Super
but we've
cool.
dedicated an area to the brand, which is Nice Classics. Yeah, we've got our next project in there.
I mean, I can't believe this, because you know what's happened over the last like 5 years or so that we've known each other?
Yeah.
Started out with me being the car guy and you being the coffee guy.
Yeah.
I've just launched my own coffee.
Yeah, I saw.
And now you're
Congratulations.
launching
I
your
want
own
some.
car
I
brand.
need to order some.
But,
Yeah.
like, we've like flipped our roles. I can't believe it. Anyway, I'm super excited. Let's go and check out what's happening next. Before we do that, I am going to call on your past. Can we go and get a nice coffee somewhere?
Absolutely.
Yeah, because I feel like
absolutely. Let's do it. Yeah. All right. Here we go. Welcome to the barn.
Mate, sorry, stop right there.
One for you.
There's a Porsche.
We brought it in specially for you. We brought it in specially.
Oh, and this is cool. Oh my God, there's so much to see in here.
Yeah. I picked this one up 2 days ago. Drove it back.
But you told me we're coming to see a Defender.
Yeah, this is a last minute thing that I picked up 2 days ago. Drove back from Birmingham. So this would potentially be number 3, but we'll move on to number 2.
You're obsessed.
Yeah.
It's a really worrying addiction.
So, blame this man, it's all his fault. This is Ben.
Never ever.
Hi.
Hello, chaps.
Sam, nice to meet you.
This is
How you doing? Hi. Sorry to disturb, I guess.
Not at all.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
We're really, really busy.
Yeah.
Very, very busy.
You look
So,
frantic.
so as you saw, obviously, the Range Rover started as a personal project, and then a few more conversations later with Ben and how much I enjoyed it. He convinced me to.
He convinced me.
The
Yeah.
arm twisting wasn't so difficult.
That's what I told Alexa anyway. Yeah, convinced me to go in on this, and then this will be number 2. So this is the next project.
So this is
19
now either you're becoming a serial collector,
Yeah.
or this is now becoming a proper business.
No, this will be for
is
sale.
like-
This will
is
be for sale. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, just based off of the feedback I've had on the videos and on Instagram and stuff, asking if the Range Rover for sale, and then Ben and I having conversations and just seeing, I guess there's a market for that level of product. We think people might enjoy it, so we're going to give it a go. Really.
Yeah, and it's great for people to also see exactly what you're doing to it, what we're doing.
That's it.
Because you can't be any surer than that, can you? Really, when you're wanting to look to buy something.
But that's it. But
From the whole process.
I've seen how much love has gone into that Range Rover. What, are you going to be able to part ways with this thing?
Well, that's the worry, that Ben and I will just have a collection of cars that we're not actually selling.
I definitely foresee coming to see you in like a year's time, and you've got like 6 perfectly restored Land Rovers.
Well, we do have to trial them.
Yeah.
An extensive trial.
Absolutely. Just to make sure they're safe and they all run okay.
Yeah. Along Brighton seafront with an ice cream.
Absolutely.
Mate, this is very cool. Are you going to keep it soft top or?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah. So obviously the windscreen comes forward. Yeah, this one does have the seatbelt mount, so you can actually wear seatbelts.
That would be, that's a good start.
Yeah, and then we're going to put obviously back seats in here. This will be retrimmed. This one I think the guys were saying we are going to do a body off restoration because it's so much. Yeah, so it's so much different to the Range Rover. Like these are obviously a lot more basic. But yeah, exciting.
Super exciting. I mean, there's so much to see in here though, because yes, we walked past the other thing you bought, amazing Land Cruiser, but this is like a Land Cruiser truck, huh, Ben?
Yeah, that's from Namibia.
From Namibia?
Coming from Namibia.
Whoa.
And we're having a little bit of fun with the DVLA at the moment.
Okay.
Who are insisting it's made of parts.
Sure.
I insist it's actually a whole van.
Okay.
But that's the DVLA. We do like the DVLA. But yes, coming from Namibia. It's a 3.5 litre straight 6. And she's quite a heavy girl though, realistically.
Cool though. I've always loved the Land Cruiser shape. I just think they're very, very cool.
Yeah, it's not really changed, is it? It was a whole heap of time right through to, I think this one went through to early 80s.
Sure.
And so everything, even on the later cruisers, you can swap everything into them. So this one's got no power steering whatsoever. And yes, there are things I've driven without power steering, and this is definitely a challenge.
It's a handful, huh?
For sure. But,
And Steve, this isn't your next project, but
I wish.
But maybe it could be.
Yeah, I mean,
or maybe it could be mine.
I did ask that question, Sam. I did ask that question, and I think it's being passed down through the family. So
It's not happening. This is
I was
lovely.
waiting with wads of cash in my pocket, but
There's something about it being so dusty that I'm actually really enjoying. Like this whole space, classic Steve has an amazing aesthetic to it, and it's got that feel of like dusty credibility. Like I really like it.
I actually can't take a lot of credit. Ben's been up here and has done so much of it. Like, it looks
It's always been this tidy.
Yeah.
It's never been a barn full of stuff all piled up into corners at all. But no, it's a lovely space to work. We're out in the countryside.
Absolutely.
Unreal. So if we're nearly there with the Range Rover, what's the timeline with this? Are you sort of churning away, or is this?
Well, Ben and I think we're going to move straight onto this one.
Amazing.
So there might be a week respite where I get to drive my car around, but then it'll be straight onto this. Yeah.
Super cool.
Yeah, I'll probably
Amazing.
drive my car from the workshop into storage. Keep it all. No, I'm just kidding.
You'd be ruined by all my evidence if you did that. Very cool. Well, yeah, I'm going to nerd out. Well, mainly on this, but with the rest of the stuff here, because there looks like a lot of stuff to see.
Yeah.